Hey folks, this morning we're going to film a short video on the L39. Normal operations, we're going to head over to Lewisburg, North Carolina for a little fly-in they're having. This will be the first in what I hope is a couple of videos on owning and operating the L39 and my experience. It's been a great airplane, it's been a lot of fun to fly, and not too difficult on the maintenance side. So with that, let's get started. We'll start our pre-flight on the outside by just walking down the left side of the airplane and around the tail, and then up the right side. So first we want to make sure we've got oxygen, and our oxygen filler ports and nitrogen are secured. We'll go ahead and close that panel after we get the covers in it. The 4 switches in this contactor box are for the fire extinguisher, for seat blocking, which is an ejection function that we're not using, and for the engine master. We'll come down the left side. I've already made sure that the rear cockpit is secure and that the harness is all tied together so it doesn't get tangled. We want to check that canopy for security. And then we'll come up to the front cockpit and make sure that the switches are the way we left them. So I tend to leave the avionics and the nav lights on so that I can see power. We want to make sure our hide emergency knobs are stowed, circuit breakers look good, and all the switches are the way I left them. And that looks normal. Go ahead and remove these external covers. And we'll look at the left main gear. We're looking for hydraulic leaks. We're looking at the hide cylinder to make sure it's not leaking and has the right amount of chrome showing. We're looking at the safety wire on the wheel, the bolt, the quality of the tread on the tire. We're looking at the brakes, and we're making sure we don't have any brake fluid leakage or worn lines. And the left side looks okay. So we'll continue on with the number 2 pitot tube. Make sure that's clear. There's a number 1 pitot tube on the other side. We'll get the cover off this guy. We'll come around, we'll look at the fuel tank, make sure that the lighting is secure, the cap is tight, and then we'll take a look at the aileron control bell crank, make sure all the hardware is normal, not missing any cotter keys. We'll look at the trim tab and the flap. Make sure the flap is tight and the actuators aren't leaking. We'll come back and close this hatch after we get our screwdriver in it, after we close the nose. And then we'll get the cover out of the tail. And in the tail, we're going to look for scuppers for fuel and hide fluid. Make sure there's no carbon or hydraulic fluid or fuel leakage there. Those look pretty dry. This is a pretty dry engine. And then we'll look at the trim tab and the elevator hardware. Make sure that has all the cotter keys in it, and then all the nuts and bolts are where they're supposed to be. Stall fences are tight, static wicks are tight. And then we'll take a look here at our Sapphire bleed air exhaust port, make sure that's clear, and that looks good. And then we'll look at our engine oil in this window here. We can shine a flashlight in there and look at the meniscus on the engine sight glass. And that looks pretty good, all normal. So we'll continue on and pull the covers out of the air cycle machine here and the oil cooler. And then we'll take a look down the right flap, right aileron, and right wingtip, just as before. And then, let's see, come around to the number 1 pitot tube, and then we'll look at the right side main gear and make sure that we've got no hide leaks, normal chrome on the cylinder, safety wire on the nut, and check our brake wear indicator for normal. And that all looks pretty good. So coming down the rest of the right side on the nose, we want to make sure that the inverter panels and the nose compartment are secure there. We don't want anything coming out of the nose compartment because it'll go right down the intake. So we'll go ahead and secure that. There are 4 half-turn Zeus fasteners on each side. Last thing to check is the intake, and we'll climb in there and take a look down the intake. Flashlight helps, and make sure there's no FOD in there. And that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and tow the airplane out. I'm using the Best Aviation Best Tug Romeo R12 for the L39. It's a very reliable tug. It's a great company. Highly recommended. Let's get this guy out and do some flying.
Greenville Airport. Automated weather observation. 1233. Zulu weather. Wind 350 at altimeter 2987. Remarks.
All right,
Density
2987 times 2.
1,300.
Let's get a listen to the wind. Get a harness on here. ICS test. All right, let's run a checklist.
0 at 8.
All right, so hold setup. All right, chocks out. Parking brake is set. Go pins. Oxygen, we're not over to check that. The battery and engine. All right, our don't start light is out. The engine on inverter lights. Go in. One negative and neutral rolls on. Bring your sapphire on.
Seal the canopy there. One of the things that drew me to the L39 was its simplicity. It has relatively straightforward systems and checklists, and if you know the systems, it's easy to master.
About 410. 410. Ooh, that's normal. All right, let's get canopy press, main gen, inverters online. Lights on those. We'll go ahead and test our speed brakes. Flaps, speed brakes, want to take off. All right, we got our AC on. All right, good oil pressure and temperature. Let's do a vibe test. Got a light and a vibe indicator, so that looks good. All right, Sapphire's offline. All of our caution warning lights are out. We'll check our, all right, good. We got 2 good hides. Good wipeout. All of our circuit breakers are still, right. Okay, idle oil pressure engine, EGT, caution warning lights are out, GPU was not connected, main firm inverters on. All right, Big Greenville. Okay, at the hangars, taxi runway 2 for departure to the west pit. All right, our canopy is flash, the lights out, and pressure selected. 1, 2, set for takeoff. Altimeters are set, the flaps are at takeoff. The speed brakes are in. Departure frequency, so departure frequency selected, harnesses. Depart runway 2. Good fuel pressure, airspeed times 2, 90. A flight on the runway, look for 140 knots, we'll get some flaps up, 140. 40 flaps coming up, 170. Yeah, Big Greenville, depart to the west. Lock, lights on, got our gear flaps in the down.
Dragon North traffic, service truck is clear of the active runway. We're at Alpha 1. We're going to sweep that way out, but back down to runway 5, Dragon North.
Yeah, Dragon North. It's a mile south for the left-hand brake, runway 5. All right, 700. Triangle, left brake. One, 2, 3 in green. Speed brakes. Flaps at 1. Looks pretty. They were a little wide, a little far. It was a late brake.
Gary, you on frequency?
Yep.
Hey, buddy, sorry about that. I got you. You ready to come in, or you gonna do another pass?
Not ready to come in.
Copy that. Once you get on the ground, go to a taxiway. I'll be on golf cart with a flag on it, and I'll come escort you in.
Be looking. All right, speed good. 160. Flaps full. 3 in the green. Lights on. You want me to come down Alpha?
Yes, sir. Come down Alpha, and I'll pick you. I'll be coming up your way. You'll see me.
Overall, I didn't love my pattern today. I felt like I was late on the brake, a little wide in the downwind, and then of course a little late getting the wings level as I came across the numbers. I also had a float and didn't get the wheels on the pavement in the touchdown zone. So overall, I didn't love it, and I'll fix it for next time.
Flap stops, brakes in.
Sorry, you got me.
Flap, yep.
Gary, just so you're aware, there's these high down roads here. Just watch out for those.
Copy.
have the little trickle down after the runway.
Hang on, line up with me.
Hope everyone enjoyed this little video. There'll be more videos to follow with air work in the L39, just basic stuff, clean and dirty stalls, and simulated flameouts. Until next time.